I'm muted. Okay, now. Oh no. Oh my gosh, you guys are right. I'm muted. Oh geez. Oh geez. I never unmuted my. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's so disappointing, you guys. Oh my gosh. Sorry. I think I had it muted when I went on the waiting soon, and I never unmuted it. Ay. Anyway, so what I was saying about my game is that I thought I played a very good game. Pretty much the whole way through. I'll give you guys everything pretty much verbatim what I was saying. So when I was talking about the game, what I was saying was what I was saying back here is that what I was saying is that basically I thought maybe b4 was a little bit much because it let him clarify the situation very early in the center of the board. And then here let me mute the other tab where with Fabiano's moves. But basically I thought that here maybe I should have played this queen d3 move, because queen d3 would have blockaded the pawn on d4 and I go b6 b7. Something like that was the plan, but I thought queen d3 was a little bit better, but the computer says queen d5 a4 queen a2 and it's not so clear. But that's really sad because I was actually explaining everything in a very nice way. Yeah, I couldn't see chat, you guys. That's why it's emote only and I couldn't do anything. Yeah, I had it muted. I'm sorry, you guys. But basically I thought b5 was very double-edged, because when I go b7 here, if I don't have a way to win, we're looking at a situation where we could be trading both pawns off. So when I played rook a6 in this position, I was very worried here that essentially initially my plan was just to take and play this endgame up a pawn. But then luckily I did spot rook b1 here to save the pawn, and it just looks like it's cleanly winning. Yeah, seems cleanly winning. So anyway, yeah, this really sucks because we're also on delay, obviously. So yeah, it's really unlucky. Yeah, penalty on you, sub yourself for 20 months. Exactly. No, we're not muted anymore, obviously, but yeah, I'm very sorry about that, you guys. Yeah, very sorry about that. I didn't mean to do that. My apologies. Yeah, my apologies. Sorry. So anyway, 1 out of 1 Fabian, I guess, won his game. Let's see who else is still playing. Artemiev playing against Pranav. Looks like Artemiev is going to be winning soon. Queen d6 probably with his pass d pawn, rook e1. Nice haircut. I didn't get a haircut, you guys, but anyway, yeah, Kramnik losing, big drama incoming. Where's Kramnik's game? Kramnik is playing against by the way, speaking of losing, looks like Levon's in trouble here. It's like knight g4, king f. It's probably a draw, but knight h5, good move. Yeah, can I fix the audio song? It's too high. I mean, okay, 1 second, I'll check. Okay, so yeah, anyway, yeah, you guys, all right, so Han's losing for a winning position. I don't care. Let's see if Lev can somehow win this. It should be a draw. Is it the anti-accusation overlay? Exactly, it is. Yeah. Let's see what we got here from Salinas. Levon's got to move. Maybe knight f5. Knight f5 should be a draw. Or maybe not h5, king g5. Why is this so good? It's not good. It's just a draw. Maybe knight e4. There's now d6 as well. d6, like d6 knight g7, d7 knight e6 knight c5 is winning. Uh-oh, I think this is winning. King f2 might be winning also, but I think it's apparently a mistake. I don't know why. Yeah, yeah, he gets back. Apparently this was winning with what, knight d6 to shield, because then you can go here and take the pawn, but because he went to the wrong square, now the king gets back in time. Yeah, okay, so this game will be a draw. Let's see what else we have. Yeah, Amina's still playing. What else do we have? Mova had crushed Nieman. Okay, yeah, Mova had the strong Iranian FIDE master, soon to be IMG. Moth, can you tell him to go to his normal layout? No, I can't go to my, I mean, I could, but then, you know, Kramnik or someone's gonna be like, oh, you're cheated. Kramnik lost to an FM again. Oh boy. No, I could, but then they're gonna say you're not screen sharing and other stuff. So I mean, whatever, it is what it is for now. I'm sorry, you guys. Yeah, it is what it is, so I'm sorry about that. Anyway, okay, let's find Kramnik's game, because the big game that everybody wants it. Kramnik versus actually I could control F it, right? I can control F. Kramnik. Wait, what? Kramnik. Okay, yeah, Kramnik loses to Ardia Garg 2521 FM from India. Let's take a look at this game. Okay, Movahead will be an IM or GM very soon, but let's look at Kramnik's game. Okay, here we go. Kramnik's game. Okay, so out of the opening, Kramnik is in trouble. He'll allow this guy to sack the rook. Okay, apparently this is just bad for white already. Wow. And Kramnik's getting absolutely steamrolled in this game, by the way. This is some amazing chess. Wow. Jeez. This is a pretty severe whooping, it looks like. Bishop f4 not right, though. Wait, this is a draw with f5. Because now if queen, you get to mate him. And if takes, you can go rook e8. And now... Or no, not rook. Oh, you've got rook g1. That's what it is. Rook g1. Wow. So actually, if Kramnik had found f5, I think Kramnik would have actually won this game. Yeah, I think Kramnik would have won this game. Do not streamers also share screen? Yeah, they have to do it in Zoom. Yeah, Kramnik actually was getting blown off the board the whole game, and then his opponent actually let him back, and he missed f5. He missed f5. Brutal. Brutal, brutal, brutal stuff. Anyway, all right. Round 2 should be starting pretty soon, I think. Yeah. Yeah, poor Kramnik, poor Kramnik. All right, there we go. Hide completed games, whatever. Let's just go. All right, okay, you guys. Adios, chat. See you guys on the other side. Round 2, we have black against Maxim Chigayev, 26-19 from Russia, currently with the Spanish flag. Okay, it's round 2. I have black now. Again, it's 9 rounds. The goal is top 8. So because top 8 is the goal, I mean, you don't have to be so insane. I would say my assumption based on playing in previous events, like playing the RCC. Oh wait, actually you're not allowed to have headphones either. Sorry, just remembered. Yeah, you're not allowed to have headphones either. So yeah, as far as the as far as RCC goes, I feel like in the RCC you needed, I'm gonna say you need 6.5 to 7, 6.5 points. I think always qualify, but I think the field was generally a little bit smaller and not as strong. So my assumption is that 6.5 out of 9 is definitely top 8. 6 out of 9 also probably top 8. We get a quick draw between the two Azuris, by the way. Pretty funny there. What do I want to do here? I guess I'll stay solid and play e5. I mean, this is a serious event. Like, I could still play a6, but I think in 10+2 is not the best choice, I would say. In 10+2, playing a6 or playing any of the nonsense, probably not such a great idea. Go here. Let's play knight d5, of course. I'm gonna play this old g3 line. Okay, this is all pretty standard. Go c4. Let's play bishop a6, g7. Okay, plays bishop b2. Now d6 is a move. Castles, I mean, castles is the old line, the very old line. I'm just gonna castle and play rook e8 with bishop e5. This line is probably a draw with perfect play. Rook e8, castles, bishop e5. Again, white can play this line. I don't think it's really possible to lose with black, but you know, yeah, let's just do it. Castles, takes. F4 rook e3 is correct. He goes knight a3. I believe c6 is correct here to guard the pawns. D1. I know a5 somewhere is fine. You can also play king f8. I think step 1 is if you go a5, there is rook d4, but I think a5 is supposed to be fine here. And I'm going to play like rook e8 at some point. Yeah, knight c2. I'll go like king f8, knight d4, rook e8. All very standard. I mean, generally speaking, in this endgame, it's very hard for white to ever be winning, and the main reason for that is essentially you've got this nice pawn structure. The bishop can't really attack the pawns. You have no way to break the chain. And I always have a4. I have rook b8. I have king e7, king d6. So let's just go here and king d6. I'm pretty sure this is all very standard, unless I'm crazy. But all right, so he goes king d2, logical. I could play h5 somewhere. I'm pretty sure that king c7 and king b6 is simply correct. At points if white ever goes b4, white gets these pawns. White gives me these 2 protected pass pawns in the center of the board. So traditionally I know this is considered to be completely fine for black, so I'm gonna go king b6, maybe rook e7, maybe rook e5 is a move as well. Maybe I could have played rook e5 right away, but whatever. There I can play h5, don't really want to. I think I'm just gonna play like what do I want to play? I can play f5, I can play rook e7. It's a move. That's what I'm thinking about here. I guess I'll go rook e6. I also have rook a7 somewhere. I'm not really worried about b4. I'll just drop back to e8. Goes rook f4, reasonable move. I can always play f5 here. I don't know if I love f5, but I'm gonna play it anyway. I'm not sure I like f5, but I think I'm gonna go h6 g5 and try to be aggressive here. Again, rook e7 probably good enough to draw the game, but I'll try to keep the game going here. See what he does. He does have g4 maybe. I mean, I don't think it's a great try, but he can do it. Only problem for me is all these pawns are on the same color as the bishop, so endgames could be problematic down the road. But whatever, who cares? Let's see what he's gonna do here. I mean, I like my pawn structure too. Seems pretty decent here. Mainly the problem for white is that he can't get a bash. If white could somehow get f4 knight e5, white would have a chance to win. Same thing if white could somehow get the knight to c5 with like a3 and b4. You can put this knight here with the pawn on b4 supporting it somehow, then it could be better for white, but it's very, very hard. And main issue is the pawn structure. That's the biggest issue for white here. Now he does play h5, which is interesting. I'm gonna go rook f8 here and force him. Oh, did I just wonder g4? No, g4 I have rook f6 maybe. Probably not super smart by me to play rook f8 though. It's still probably good, but it's a kind of a mistake maybe being the key works. Actually, after g4 I can also take and go rook h6 h4 h3, and that's very messy too. But he does play g4. Yeah, this was a slight mistake by me. Let me think about this. If I take and play rook h6, knight e3 h4, knight g4, rook h5, f6 h3. I mean, I can take. It's very double-edged. Doesn't feel right somehow, but I can also go rook e8. Maybe I just go rook e8 because then on g5, yeah, I can take maybe. Yeah, take bishop h5, rook e4 takes rook h4, g8, rook h5, rook g7, bishop e2, f4, e2, f4. I mean, this is getting a little bit messy. Rook f8 was actually a very bad move by me because I literally gave him the only setup where he might have chances to win this. If I go h6 takes, it's no good. I mean, I could sack maybe, but I think that's way too extravagant. If I go g5, rook f5, rook f6, he has knight e3. Doesn't seem right. Yeah, I kind of messed this up a little bit. Maybe more than a little bit, actually. This is a little bit scary. I think I have to go here. Force g5 and then play like rook f7. Or go rook e6 back, maybe. I guess I'll pre-move h6 in case he takes. This takes. I mean, maybe that's okay, but rook f8 was just a bad move. I mean, I should have played like rook e5. Yeah, right here I should have played like rook e5 instead of rook f8, because then g4 doesn't have the same bite. It's still completely fine, I think, for me, but it's going to be tricky. I'm going to have to be very precise in this endgame. Although, actually, as I just realized, if he goes g5 and I play rook d6, h6, I can take, like here takes, I can take with the rook and win the pawn, and then maybe it's fine. Maybe it's not so bad, actually. I thought it was bad, but now the more I look at this, more I'm actually becoming less convinced that this is bad. Yeah, I'm becoming much less convinced. G5, rook d6, rook h4, even rook g8 doesn't look simple for white to prove anything. Actually, I'm starting to think this maybe is okay. Maybe this is okay for me. Also, because g5, rook d6, rook h4, maybe I have h6 there. Takes and g5 and takes and g7, rook g8, and maybe I can even play for the win. Maybe. Yeah, it's getting. I'm not sure g5 is actually the right move here. The more I look at this, getting quite tricky suddenly for both sides. So let's see what he's gonna do. And he's thinking for a while here because I think he realizes that it's not as simple, or it's not so simple. It's not simple at all, actually. I'm looking at this. I think I might get one. Okay, so he takes on g6. So so he wants to do this with g5 and rook h4 right away. Okay, now that makes a lot of sense. So I guess well, I mean, I guess I have to take with a pawn. Gonna go g5, and I play like rook e6 and f4 and rook e5 maybe. I guess I go here. I want to go f4, like rook h4. Maybe I go f4, rook f5 or something. Also, I have rook wait a second. Wait, I've got rook e8 maybe and rook h8. g6, rook h2. Yeah, this is getting quite tricky suddenly because I have rook h8 and rook h2. Yeah, now I think I'm back in business. Yeah, rook h6, rook h8 takes rook h2, rook f2, and then the rooks get very active unless I'm insane. Wait a second. I feel like I have rook h8 here, and rook h2 takes king c3, king c5, bishop f7 or bishop c4, rook c2, e2, knight e4, rook e3, king c4. I mean, okay, I have time though, so I don't want to. Let's just go for it. Trust my instincts here and play rook h8 and rook h2. Just trust my instincts because I think that this is not working for him. I also have rook g8 here as well. After rook g6, rook g8, it might be fine too. In fact, the more I look at this, the more convinced I become that I think I'm completely fine, and that rook h6 maybe is a mistake. Maybe this is a mistake from him. Because if I get the active rooks, like even if he trades the rooks and gets a knight like here, eventually my king's going to cover the pawn at f7. It's a tricky position here for white. I'm not so sure that I'm worse. I think I might actually be better. Really not sure, but it's just feels much harder for white to play than for black to play too. Wow, he goes for it. Okay, so if I take king d3 and I play... Wait a second. I think this is a mistake. Okay, let's think about this. Rook h2, bishop d5, rook f2. King d1, rook e2 is at least a draw, if not more. So rook h2, takes. King d1's no good. King c1, rook e2 again. At very worst, that's a draw, so I'm not worried. So here. King c3, king c5. Bishop c4. Bishop c4, d5, bishop d3, not clear cut. That could be a problem. So if I go here, takes king d3, rook e2, knight d4, rook d2, king e3, king c5. Wait a second. So king d3 and king c3 are the only moves. So I go 1 1 2, king c3, rook e2, knight d4, rook e3, king c4. Somehow that should be mating. Maybe like rook f1 and rook c1. The thing is, the only reason I need to use my time here is I also have rook g8 here to force an endgame. That's why I'm using my time versus just blitzing it. But I'm pretty sure rook h2 is the correct move. I take, he goes king, let's say king d3, rook e2. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna trust my instinct that this is good. Maybe it's not, but I'm gonna trust my instinct that this is good with takes and like rook e2 and I mean all kinds of danger. Because king is also very precarious here. I take and I go. It goes to d3, so he moved quickly there. He didn't use time. Right, now I go rook e2. Knight d4, check, king, check, and then king c5. Yeah, I don't see it. What am I missing here? What am I missing? Because this is knight d4 check here, king c5, and he's got all sorts of problems on the d file, and the castle mania on the 7th is very problematic too. And if he goes knight e3, I have f4, I think. Yeah, I think this is winning for me. Knight e3, I also have king c5. Like knight e3, king c5 is very scary as well. I don't think I can lose here. I'll say that. I don't think I can possibly be losing. I don't know if it's winning for sure, but I don't think I can be losing. And as long as I have the margin where it's at least a draw, I am not really ever going to be that unhappy. So let's see what he does. I'm up 2 minutes as well. We're slowly getting into the time crunch. Knight e3 is another move, but I think knight e3, I just have king c5 and then f4, and this must be winning. I mean, must be winning. Like, maybe it's not easy to win, but it's very, very hard for me to believe that this is not winning. It goes knight e3. I expected that. I think I'm gonna go king c5 here, and he's gonna have to move the bishop. Bishop c4 walks into d5. Bishop f7, even d5 with rook d2 and d4 looks winning. This looks very, very bad for white. Very bad. Maybe there's some magical way to hang on. Maybe the computer shows something, but to me this looks very, very hard to play. And if he goes b4, I take, and then rook d2 is mate. Like b4 takes, bishop b3, rook d2 is makes, and the king has no escape square. So he can't even go b4. He's down 3 minutes here. I think this is winning for me. Instinctively it feels winning, like also because bishop f7, I have check, king c3, and then d5 d4 to mate him. Instinctively this looks winning, or it feels winning, but let's see. Okay, so if I check king c3 d5, knight f5 is the only move to avoid mate, but knight f5 I can go no, knight f5 maybe not so easy. If I play d5, knight f5 check, king c3, there's no actual mate. Wait a second, this should be winning somehow. It feels winning. Maybe I check first and then play. No, but it's still the same thing with knight f5. Okay, wait, and if I go f4, knight c4 d5, that's definitely winning. That's definitely winning. If I play f4, but he has knight f5 and then d5, no, then rook c6 and there's a fork. But I don't want to play f4. Rook d2 looks correct. I mean, it's hard to explain why, but it just feels right. But if he gets rook f6, I don't have anything, so I've got to use my time here and be very careful. How do I mate him? This totally looks winning. I mean, this really does look winning. If I go rook d2, king c3, d5, knight f5, rook d1 maybe, then knight e7. No, wait. If I check here, d5, knight f5, d5, knight f5, rook a2, knight d4. So check here, d5, knight f5, rook d1, rook d1, rook d1, and then what does he have? Wait a second. So check here, d5, knight f5, rook d1, bishop e8. Still tricky. This feels so winning somehow. I don't see it. Kind of annoying, because I mean, this feels like this should just be a forced win somehow. If I check king c3, f4, knight f5. How's there no forced mate here? This is insane. Maybe I have king b4. No, that doesn't do anything. I'm just thinking here, you guys, I'm probably gonna be quiet for a little bit. Check. King c3, rook a2. I think f4, knight f5, rook a2. Or maybe check f4, knight f5, rook a2. No, check first. That's what I was gonna do. Go check. Oh, but f4, he's got knight g4 also, which I missed as well. But maybe that's just winning with f2. Somehow this is just not as easy as it feels like it should be. But I think f4 is correct here to attack the knight. Still not easy to prove a win here though. Still very, very difficult. I mean, like, I'm sure this is winning for a computer, but I don't actually see the win. I legitimately don't see the win. I mean, maybe rook a2, but then rook f6. Like, if it all feels winning, I just don't know what the win, where the win is. Like, I don't know. I don't see it. But this must be winning somehow. I mean, that much I'm sure. Like, somehow, maybe what I do is knight f5 d5. Ah, because knight f5 d5 bishop e8, I check and mate him. Oh, I'm an idiot, because knight f5 d5 bishop e8, I can just check and it's mate. I'm actually an idiot. Wait, he goes knight c4. Wait, what is this? Wait, no, but this loses because now it is mate, right? No, now it is mate. I check and I go d5. He moves and now he gets mated. Wait, check d5. Use your time. Don't blitz it. Yeah, now I think it's just losing. Because now it is just what? Okay, he goes there. Okay, I just take the horse. Okay, now I am winning. Now it's just a matter of technique to finish off the game. So, first things first. I check and go f3. That should be. Wait, check here. Check, king e5 f. Still not super easy, actually, annoyingly. Wait, if I go here, check. King e5, rook g. Wait, so if I check here, check. King f3, rook c3 is winning. So check here, check. King e5, rook g2 should be winning. King e5, rook g2. g6, rook g5. Or g6, f3 even. Thinking too long. Okay, let's just go check. If king f5, I think f3, f2 just wins. I think he has to go here and then I go rook g2. This should be winning though. Still quite tricky though, quite tricky. He's also getting down on time, so yeah, I go rook g2 of course to hit the pawn. Rook f5. Rook f5 is an annoying move. I missed this. Oh great, I missed. Ah shoot, I missed this completely. Oh no, what is this? Here I guess. f7. So if I play like, no, I've actually misplayed this. Maybe if I go f3, g6, f2. Wait, but f3, b4 I can just take. So here I guess. Getting very, very murky. I think I'm still winning this game, but I've made a bit of a mess out of, more than a little bit of a mess. I think I'm still winning here because I have a3 at the end of the day, but yeah, I still should be winning because after rook f3 I have a3, but I definitely did something wrong in this game. Wow, he finds a3, which is an amazing move. Yeah, I think I messed this up. I did mess this up. I mean, maybe I can still win because of the time situation, but I messed this up for sure. I just blunder again or not? Let's go here. here, and now I'm gonna start pushing the P. Maybe it's still winning, maybe. Yeah, I think I'm still winning. I think I'm gonna win this game, but I really did mess this up. Yeah, I guess I go King A3, Bishop F7, C3 is bad. So let's go. No, I messed this up. What the heck? No, I just messed this up, didn't I? Or did I? Or maybe I'm still now I'm winning again. I think I'm winning again. I think he just messed this up. Yeah, I think I'm winning now. Or am I winning? Wait a second. Or did I just mess this up again? Oh no, did I just mess this up again? No, I think I win. Yeah, I win with check. Sheesh, that was tough. I get the win, but man, what a game. I think he had a draw with Rook B4, right? Rook B4 was drawing here. Or it was still Rook B4 was a draw here, I think. Rook B4. Wow, what a game. Where was the win? Ah, Rook takes A2. Oh, Rook takes A2 because I have Rook F3, mate. Oh, wow. Oh, Rook takes A2 was the win. Wow, that's insane. Ah. And now it's actually very hard. Is this even winning? This isn't even winning anymore. Wow. Wow, it's not even winning here. That's insane. Jeez. Wow, this guy's good. Defended amazingly well. Rook takes A2 was the win. Oh well, whatever. We got the win. 2 out of 2 so far, so good. Cannot complain. So we just keep rocking and rolling, you guys. That was a very difficult game, though. Very difficult game. But we got the win. Big win. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I thought that was actually I got to pull up the events page again. Where were we? Great game. I mean, I found a way to win, but that was not a great game. The good news is it's a win. A win is a win, as we like to say. Let's see what else do we have here. Refresh the page. Okay, we have Fabiano won as well. Bunch of wins. Draw between Artemiev. Duda won. So pretty good stuff. This game's a fiesta. You messed up, but finally all is good. Yeah, exactly. So 2 out of 2. The Rook H8 and Rook H2 idea was insane from you. I think it was correct, but yeah, difficult game. Very difficult game. So we're on 2 out of 2. Next game's gonna be starting pretty soon. Looks like only 1 game left. So 1 game left. So let's get ready for round number 3, you guys. Big shout out to 6,000 plus you guys who are watching. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream so far. This is, of course, a big event. This is the play-in. This is called the AI Cup play-in. It is 10+2. It is 9 rounds. Top 8 players do advance to a match format where they play. Each player plays an individual match, and out of those top 8, the 4 winners will move on to group number 1. Check before you blunder that D4 check. Yeah, I mean, it was such a messy game, but I found a way, luckily. He's FIDE 26-21. Well, yeah, of course, but still. Anyway, it is all good. Is that titled Monday? No, it's not. Okay, here we go. Round number 3. We're playing against Sir Georg Meyer, the strong German player. What do I want to do against him is the question. I think I'm just going to go back to basics. Let's play knight F3. Play B3. He likes his bishop F5, so I'm gonna play bishop A3. This is an idea that was brought up by I think Richard Rapport played against Ding Loren, if I'm not mistaken, in an event. The idea is quite simple. You just want to bring the pieces out, play simple chess, and you want to prevent black from having the harmony, because if E6 you always just trade. So black either has to go E6 or it goes knight D7. I'll play C4 here. You can play E6 E5 goes E6, so I trade. And now he takes with the knight. So the harmony is a little bit disturbed because he's gonna have to move his knight away. Not to say there's anything special. I'll just play knight C3. But we reach basically probably some kind of Carlsbad with C6 again. I'm probably gonna go B4 B5 early. I've been playing this a lot lately online, so it seems like a reasonable way to play here. Okay, goes knight D7. I don't really want to play d4, so I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna try to play something different. I think I'm gonna go b4, and after castle I think I'm gonna play an early like queen b3 or something, or maybe bishop e2. We'll see. But I want to play something a little bit more off the cuff here. Like b5 is always an idea. I think I'm gonna play bishop e2 to start, then I'm gonna castle, go like rook c1, b5 later. Let's both castle. a5, I have b5 here. He plays h6 logical. I'll go queen b3. Still can play d4, d3. So I'm basically trying to ask him what he's going to do. Is he going to commit to trading the pawns? Is he going to play e5? Goes queen e7, which is not a bad move. It feels very slightly dubious because of some kind of b5, but I think I'm going to go rook c1, keep this simple straight up. I still have b5, try to play on the c file down the road. Like, this is one of the big ideas here, and we'll see what he does. Goes bishop g4, interesting option. So now he wants to trade the bishop for the knight. Initially he was trying to keep the bishop on the diagonal. Interesting move here from Meyer. I can play b5 here. I can also play no h3. He'll trade take on c4, which I don't like. Knight d4 is the other interesting option. I don't really know if it's good. It's interesting. I can also trade on d5, cd5, cd5, knight d4 maybe some kind of small plus. I don't really know if it's a plus or not, but knight d4. There's also e5. I just realized takes ed4, which could be slightly annoying. So I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna trade first. I really don't want to trade though, because trading is just going to simplify the position a lot. Okay, so if I don't trade, I can play knight e1 maybe. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go knight e1. Just play very slow simple chess. He can trade here, of course, if he wants. You can also take on c4, but I'm going to try to play this very slow and wind this game into some kind of time scramble down the road. So he trades the bishops. Let's see what he does here. He has a5, rook c8, a lot of options. I'm basically trying to play a very slow game here that's going to go on forever. That's what I'm trying to do. So I'm on 2, Fabiano's on 2. A lot of good players on 2 points out of 2. He has knight e5 or knight b6 potentially, but let's see what he intends to play. Still waiting for a move. Okay, so Meyer's using quite a bit of time here. I assume he's thinking about dc4, a5, or knight b6, knight e5, or knight e4 maybe. Really only the moves with these knights or a5 make sense to me in terms of like obvious human ideas. a5 a little bit committal though, because I can take and go b5 too, like trade b5. Not so clear if opening up the b file is a good thing or a bad thing for black. So let's see what he does here. I mean, takes maybe as a move as well, but dc4 seems kind of odd. Maybe odd is the wrong word. It's definitely playable, but it doesn't feel right because it yields the center to white. Because when you take, then I can start pushing p in the center of the board, and I think it's slightly problematic. Let's see what Meyer's going to do here. He's deep in the tank. Okay, so I'm up on time. I'm up 2 minutes here, pretty early in the game. This is obviously what I want. So I'm up 2 minutes, but 2 minutes is it's so early in the game that it's not that big of a deal. Also kind of hard to say anything further about the position because it's a very slow positional game. So he does go a5. Okay, so a5 was one of the moves that I thought he might play. Now I have b5 here. I can play a3, but a3 feels a little bit loose now because I'm worried there's going to be some problem with this pawn. Although after a3 takes, at the end of the day I'm always going to have some knight d3 to guard, like knight d3 or knight c2. I can also trade on d5 as well, maybe. If I trade on d5, he takes with c pawn. Very hard to prove anything. I have knight d3 looks ridiculous, so it's either b5 or takes or a3. So if we look at this logically, I don't want to let the time get too messy. a3 takes knight b6 takes d3 knight f3 playable. It's not the dream. I don't really like cd5 because I think just cd5 is fine, so I'm gonna go a3 and take, and we'll see what he does after this. I don't even think I'm actually better here. I think it's probably very close to equal with perfect play. Maybe black is a small edge somehow, but I don't see it. What I want to do is maybe go knight d3, maybe go d4 knight d3. If knight b6, I will probably have to trade the pawns and play something like d3, reroute the knights back, and just play chess. But it is what it is, as the saying goes. The good thing is he's using a lot of time, so he plays knight e4. So yeah, now I have to go knight f3 to protect the pawn on d2, and now I'm going to play d3, kick the knight back to d6. I mean, he might just go knight d6 in one go anyway, but this, I'm starting to feel like I should be doing well here. It's starting to feel good to me. Although knight d6 takes, he can still play cd5. So knight d6, I might go d3. Maybe d3 is a move here. cd5 rook c7 rook c8. I've got no play, so let's play d3, try to keep the play alive here, not simplify yet, basically make the game complicated, keep it more imbalanced or less trades as long as possible. He goes there, rook a7. Okay, so he wants to stack the rooks, but now I can maybe trade and go rook c7 actually. But then he's got knight b5. But somehow this feels very slightly wrong to me. I don't even know why, but it feels a little bit wrong. Just feels very slightly wrong. I'm not even sure how to explain it, but it just doesn't feel right. Does not feel right. Does not feel right. Maybe I trade and go like, somehow this does not feel right. That being said, I mean, if I trade, it's very simplified structure as well. So I don't really want to do that. c5 and knight d4 is also a possibility, but I don't really love it. Knight d4 is the other move that I can play here that's very very aggressive. Knight d4 e5 knight e2 e4 doesn't look great though. And if I play rook c3 rook c1, that's fine too. I can obviously just trade. I don't really like my position here, if I'm being honest. I don't like it. I think what I'm going to play here, I think I'm just going to go rook a1, trade a set of rooks and play like h3 and slow it all down. Let's play h3. I'm still up on time, which will matter later on. I mean, I can always go rook d1 too. At some point I'm probably going to play b5, probably. I also have knight c3 as well. Maybe knight c3 here, maybe. It's hard to prove anything though, very very hard to prove it. Definitely don't have an advantage this game, but it's still, I'm still in very good shape. 2 out of 2. Like I said, I think the score I need, 6.5 I'm pretty sure is top 8. 6 is probably top 8, but that might be tiebreakers. Anything less I think is like 5.5. I don't think is good enough. So okay, it goes there. So now I think I play knight c3. I mean, I can also just play like queen b1 or no, actually I can't. That hangs a pawn. What am I doing? Knight c3 knight e5 takes, yeah, I think I'll just go knight c3. If he trades, I take back. Still pretty slow game here, very very slow position. Don't really have a whole lot going on. So I've already got 2, so I need 4 out of 7 I guess for tiebreakers. 4.5 out of 7 to guarantee that I'll be in the top 8. Again, obviously it's very early to be thinking about that, but still it's always good to get the wins early if you can. Let's see what he does here. He's using a lot of time though, which is what I want. That's exactly what I mean. I really want him to use too much time. This part of the strategy of keeping all the pieces on the board and keeping the game very slow here, just so that the game keeps on going. It doesn't simplify too early. So he does play knight e5, so he's trying to simplify. So I'll trade Now I can take and play like knight e2 maybe. I can also take and go d4 b5. So I think here, as much as I don't want to trade, I think I'm gonna have to make a decision here. Either I trade or I don't trade. I'm not happy either way. Yeah, I'm not. This is not. Game has petered out into a big pile of nothingness pretty much. I think if I go c5, he has knight b5, d4, queen f5. Very hard to prove any advantage there. I'm not even sure if I have an advantage, but I can still go queen c3 and c6 maybe. No, that can't be an advantage. So I think what I'm gonna do here, if I play rook d1, there might be d4, but I can take and go knight e2. What I'm trying to do here is find a way to keep the game going where it's not like it's not dead on the spot. Basically that's what I'm trying to do. Find some way to keep the game where it's not a simple dead draw, and then eventually maybe I can trick him in an endgame. Maybe I just take and go knight 8. Actually, maybe I just take and go like knight 8, 4 knights. Actually, I kind of like that, although he has queen b5 at the end. Queen b5, knight b2, queen a6. I mean, if I can't ever lose the endgame, I don't mind playing on the edge here, but it's tricky. Don't really like this though, gotta be honest. I don't like this position at all. How do I play this? His knight on d6 is really annoying, really annoying piece. I go d4, queen. Time is evening out, which is also a problem here, but I just don't like it. I just don't like what I'm doing. Knight f5, I'm in queen c3. cd5, cd5, knight e2. I think I'm gonna take. Yeah, the time is getting time is evening out, and this is not a good thing. b5, knight b2, queen a6, e5, knight b5, knight c4. I mean, it's messy. I'm trying also to provoke him to like make him get aggressive and go for too much as well. I'm gonna go for this. I don't know if this is right, but I'm gonna go for it. Probably is not right, but I'm gonna try it. I mean, I could have also gone queen c2 maybe, but whatever. d4 is the big concern here. Although actually there might be other issues that I just realized too. Maybe not. It's probably okay. I'm only up 1 minute though here. I'm not up a lot of time, so I go here. Of course, he's gonna go rook a1. I play like g3 here. He trades. I take. I go king g2. I am happy to see b5 though, because I think it's now at least it's not going to be a simple straightforward draw, because I have a great knight with a hook, and after rook a1 g3 takes king g2. I mean, the show goes on. Basically the reason I played g3 also is he's threatening to trade and go queen h2, and then queen h1, and I'm in a lot of trouble. So I think I'm doing well here, actually. Well, relatively speaking. Like, this is exactly the kind of endgame where the game's going to drift on. I don't think there's an instant draw for black here. So let's see what he's going to do. There's no instant draw. I can probably just keep this game drifting forever, which is sort of what I'm aiming to. I kind of want to keep this game drifting where it's always a draw, and then eventually, in like when we get into the scramble, like 30 seconds, at some point I'm going to want to go for it. I mean, I guess he has knight f5 here, maybe, but no, but then d4 could be a problem. I thought, wait, if I go d4, takes king g2, knight d6. Wait a second, d4, rook f1, king f1, d4 takes knight d6, queen a2, or queen c2. Knight f5 probably a pretty good move, actually. Probably a very good move, because now I think I have to play like d4, but d4, Just making sure there are no tricks with the knight. So I go d4, rook f1, king f. I think I have to do this. I'm gonna trade. I take. There should be no tricks unless I'm blind. Knight d4, e4 is fine. Again, this probably should be a draw with perfect play, but so be it. What I'm trying to figure out here is how do I keep this game going long enough to where it becomes like an end game or something. That's what I'm trying to figure out here is how do I keep this game going. Although wait, is there some queen a3 with like knight d7 trick maybe? He's got knight h1. I mean, I feel like I need to bring the king closer to the center of the board, so I guess I'll go like here maybe. Oh, did I, oh wait, no, queen d4 I can take. Aye. Very nearly a blunder by me. Aye. Let's go there, I guess. Not good. Oh, I also just gave him queen f5. Why did I do that? Oh, whatever. Okay, goes knight c4. Okay, logical. I can play like f4. I can also play like f3, g4, h4. Somewhere in here I need to get aggressive though. I need somehow to take like the file. How do I take the file? Queen a2, queen f5, g4. Queen a2, queen f5, g4. Queen a2, queen g6, knight d7 maybe. Okay, I'm gonna go for it because I have g4 and then I've got like some kind of weird knight d7. I feel like. Wait, what? Oh, he's got h5 and I don't have a way through. Annoying. h5 actually a very good move. I missed that. Well, then I guess I just have to route the queen back. Now though he has no queen h5, so the show goes on. Queen d8, I expected that. Okay, now I go queen a1, of course. And I have no way to break through, it looks like. Okay, now I'm going to start playing for the cheese. Now he's got 40 seconds. Now it's time to start going for more. Yeah, now I'm going to start trying to blitz him. Queen f6, logical move. Don't really want to play h4, but I think I should. I also have f3 somewhere in here, so g4, not what I want to do. How do I actually I put this knight on f4 and somehow my knight's misplaced now. Yeah, I've actually misplayed this a little bit. Still obviously a draw with perfect play, but I have misplayed this. Yeah, my knight is so bad suddenly. It's unreal. I guess I'll go here. Maybe knight g5. I've actually really butchered this, I think, in quite a serious way. I guess I'll go here. Problem is my king also. I need my king on g2 and all these lines, and I can't get my king there, which is a big problem. No, I've messed this up. I need to just bail out and make the draw if I can still. How do I make the draw is a question. Queen c2. Queen a1. Be very careful here. It's still a draw, but I have to be quite careful to not lose this. Yeah, he's just gonna make the draw. It's way too risky. Even with, if he had 10 seconds, I might gamble, but just trying to think if I can realistically gamble here. So risky to gamble. So risky. I think it's too risky. Also, I'm on 2 out of 2. Like, I should not be that concerned. Enough 3. There's just no way to keep the game going. Trade. Well, let's try. I'm gonna go queen d1. I'm gonna try to keep the game going. Knight b2. I have queen d2. That's my idea, at least. Still a draw. Goes king f6. Again, I'm not actually sure why I did this, but I did. Like, plays queen a3, which I think is, it's not a mistake really, but it's not the best move. I guess I'll go. What's queen a3 do? Does it do anything? This is so risky playing on. I'm actually really not sure why I chose to play on here. It's so risky. I guess I'll go here. 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 Plays knight d6. No, I think I have to force. Oh, that's a blunder. That's a huge blunder by me. Oh my god, why did I do that? Why did I do that? Jeez. Yeah, I threw this. Why did I do this? So stupid. Yeah, I just threw this. So stupid of me. I had the draw and I gambled and I get punished for it. I gambled. It didn't pay off. I gambled. I should have made the draw. Ah, so stupid. I mean, there was no way to win and I still gambled. Why did I gamble in a situation when a draw was more than enough? That was so stupid by me. There's just basically no way to ever win. Yeah, and then I play queen f3. If I go knight d3, I still think I probably would have saved it, but in a qualifier especially, to throw a game is not smart. Really not smart to throw a game. What it is. Okay, let's get going. Round number 4, and I get black now. Yeah, now I'm gonna have to gamble here. I'm gonna have to gamble, and it's, let's just play a6. Let's go c6. So stupid. I could have taken the draw at any point and then I gambled and it didn't work. The reason that gamble was so stupid is because there was no way for me to ever win. That's the thing. There was no imbalance to where I could win the game. That was the reason it was stupid to do that. Okay, let's go d5. Play c5. I'm gonna like queen a5, I guess. You can play c3, I suppose, but who cares? Very important that I play a good game here, though. Very important that I play a good game. So he takes. If I check, take. I mean, goes check. If c3, I just take and drop back. No, I'm really mad at myself. So in a qualifier, to do that is not good. In Title Tuesday, I'd be annoyed, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. But in a qualifier where the only thing you need is top 8, not top 1, that's a huge mistake by me. A huge mistake. Not take the draw. Huge mistake. Because now I have no room for. I mean, I guess I still have room for error because what I've got. I've only lost one, so if I win out, I can still get to 8. But the margin is very thin now. That's the problem. Margin, or wait, bishop g4, or I don't even know what I'm doing. I guess I'll play like. I can also go bishop d7. I guess I'll play queen c7 and knight c6 here. Maybe just pressure the pawn. Bishop g4 was also an option, but whatever. Who cares? This game, though, I'm going to move very fast. I'm just going to play like e6, knight d7, knight c5. I'm going to move fast this game. I'm going to play like Nepo would. Just fast and bad. Okay, so he's probably going to castle here if I had to guess. He can play h3. Maybe the knight c6 should be fine. So stupid to throw that game when I could have taken the threefold. But we move on. Next game. Next game. Really, I just overestimated the position. I overestimated the position. I underestimated how easy it was for him to play, and I lost objectivity. All three of those things in that last game. Like I thought he would just lose, but his moves were too easy, even with 2 seconds on the clock. His moves are just way too easy. That was the problem. The moves were just so easy for him. Okay, so let's see. Anyway, back to this game because this is we are moving forward. He's under 8 minutes already. This is the sort of game I just need to move quickly. My move should be easier than his, like e6, knight e7, knight g6, maybe e6, bishop c5, and then knight e7, something like this. It's just it's an easy position to play, which is what I need here. Something where I can play quickly and just like really try to put pressure on him immediately, like knight e7, knight g6. I mean, I assume knight g5 is not a move here. It could be a move, but I'm not really worried about it because I can just go here on knight g6 probably. Although even that I'm not 100% sure about. I also had f5 here, but then c4 probably was bad. But it's definitely where I want to move quickly. I want to move very quickly here and try to put a lot of pressure on him on the clock. Let's see what he does. He's thinking a lot here. Okay, so he goes c4, which is interesting. It's a move that I thought was playable. It's not the move I expected. I can play knight e7 here. I also have knight b4 maybe. Knight e7, knight c3, knight b4 seems reasonable. We go knight e7, knight c3, takes b5, bishop d3. I don't like it at all. Somehow I've gotten myself into another bad position. Maybe I have knight b4. Wait, knight b4. Just go knight b4 and attack the bishop. So knight c3, I take, and there's a fossil with bishop f2 at the end. I think this is okay for me. I wouldn't say it's great per se, but I think it's okay. But I'm gonna need to move a lot quicker, I think, as I mean, as this game progresses, because I don't think my position is actually very good. I think it's a bad position that I have here, and I think I'm gonna need to really sort of like move quickly and just like try to put pressure on him on the clock. I mean, I guess this is a safe pre-move. I could take with the pawn maybe. Feels dubious though, feels highly dubious. So I think I'm just gonna pre-move knight d5 in case he takes. I don't think he will. Okay, he does take. Okay, interesting. Take. Although my position is actually pretty bad now that I'm looking at it. Maybe it's not so bad because he actually put the bishop on g3, not h2. So knight f5 is going to come with a tempo somewhere. Drop back. Yeah, knight f5 is going to come with a tempo here, so it's not as bad as it should be, I feel like. But I'm definitely trying to move quick here. I'm trying to move fast. It goes there. Of course I castle. Have to castle. Position is pretty bad though, now that I'm looking at it, like really quite bad. But he is low on time. That's the one good thing. He is kind of low on time here. But this is not good. This is not good at all. If I could have gotten knight f5 and I would still be worse, but I have a chance. But now I'm in quite a bit of trouble here. I mean, hopefully there's no knight g5. Oh, is there some knight f6? No, I guess again, very lucky I have queen g3. I didn't even see knight f6 as a move. This is bad. This is kind of why these openings, I think in rapid or classical, aren't going to work, these a6 openings. So it's just very, very dubious. Now I do have what I want though. That being said, I do have what I want. He's low on time. He's under 4 minutes already, so I'm gonna have a big time advantage. It's a question of whether I can trick him, probably, because I know the computer says this is terrible. I'm sure this is terrible for me, but he's getting low on clock. It goes there. I expect that. I think I have to play like knight g6 or h6. I don't like either move, but I'm gonna go h6, I guess. Yeah, this is horrible. This is absolutely horrible. I have to stop bishop h7 and knight g5, basically. That's why I'm playing h6 here. Let's see what he does. I'm going to have to move fast, so that much is clear. I'm gonna have to pick up the speed tremendously here. It goes queen e2, which does give me knight f5 though. That might be a slight mistake, actually. I think it's actually a serious mistake. Maybe serious in terms that I think this might be, the advantage might be slipping a little bit. I think rook c1, because the point is I couldn't go knight f5 with the queen on d1. I mean, it's not the end of the world, obviously, like white's still better, but I think that's a mistake. I'm out of coffee. So I can get like bishop d7 maybe. I mean, bishop d7 and maybe bishop c6 or something. Like, I'm trying to find some way to reroute my pieces. But this is a critical moment. I have to be very precise here how I do this. I go bishop d7 and g6 maybe. G6 takes gf5 or something. Yikes. Still looks very bad though. It gains me a tempo, but it doesn't really do anything else, which is fairly annoying. If I go here, there's queen e4, bishop c6 maybe. G4 is no good. Go here. I'm up 5 minutes here. That's the one thing. I am up 5 minutes. I really need to be precise. Now, He plays queen e4, but oh, if I go bishop c6 I just hang a pawn. Oh my god, what the heck was that? Bishop c6, knight f5, maybe a knight e3. No, then it just loses. No, I just hung a pawn for no reason. Ah, so stupid. Wait, but if I go knight e7, g4, bishop c6, wait. G4, bishop c6, I'm kind of okay. Rook c1, bishop c6, takes. Maybe I'm okay, maybe. And if knight f5 I just take with the pawn and I should be fine. Yeah, knight f5 I just take. Rook c1 I have bishop c6. He's getting low on time here. I mean, he does have queen b7, but I think I just trade go rook b8, and in an end game I'm very happy considering how lost I think I was lost. I suspect this was completely lost and he's misplayed this. I'm pretty sure this must have been losing at some point. But now he's getting low on time, and now good things can happen. Good things can happen here. Like if I get bishop c6, there's the of course I go here. Okay, now he goes queen g4, so now there are no more g4 ideas. So now I've gotten about all that I can ask for in this world. It's a question of whether what I can do here in this position. Okay, now bishop f3 is always an idea. Queen a5 or queen b6 are both moves. Queen a5 looks somehow more precise. I mean, it's still a very hard position to play for me, but if I get queen a5, bishop f4, knight g6 maybe, or king h, I mean, it's still probably quite dangerous, but I feel like I should have chances somehow. Maybe I just go queen a5, bishop f4, king h8, then knight h4, queen a5, bishop f4, queen a4 maybe, or something. Probably not good. I think I have to. I mean, if I don't play queen a5, what am I even doing here? Down to 2 minutes. I mean, this is very, very sketchy. Very sketchy. But bishop f4, even rook d8 is a move here. Like, even rook d8 here. I still have bishop f3. I have knight g6 somewhere. I mean, probably I go like rook d8. And if I get bishop b8, I'm already very close to being fine here. Very close to being okay. I mean, he's getting very low on time too. So let's see what he does here. Because now knight d6 is legitimately an idea. Like I can legitimately take and go knight f5 or knight c6 or something. Doesn't mean it's good, of course, but I can legitimately go for something like that. I have queen d5 maybe. I mean, I'm looking for the positives. There still are a lot of negatives to my position. Also, bishop f4, there might be knight g6 anyway. Goes king h1. Okay, this has to be wrong. So it's very clear here that he doesn't see the plan. So now I need to go for the punishment if I can. Let's go here. Because king h1 does absolutely nothing. There's no actual threat. Yeah, king h1 does nothing. So he couldn't find the idea, and now I need to pounce. He's probably going to take on f5 if I had to guess. But with 2 bishops down a pawn and only a minute on the clock, I think I'll be fine. Yeah, I think I'm lucky he took. Yeah, now I'm lucky, because now after I take, he has to take, and I'm down a pawn here, but I have the 2 bishops, and my position is a lot easier to play. So okay, the worst should be over now. Let's take, go here, target the pawn, 2 bishops. I'm still worse, but now even though I'm worse, it's a position where I'm not going to get blown away. And if there's no big attack for white here, then I should be fine. He goes bishop g3. So yeah, I see his plan. He wants to play like, he wants me to trade and go into an equal endgame, and I'm obviously not going to do that. So let's go here. Put pressure on the pawn on b2. Yeah, I think I'm lucky. I think now after queen d3, I'm going to win this endgame probably. Now let's go here. At least I assume I should be winning here, but we'll see. I also had rook d3 had rook c5, okay, or rook f3. Whatever. Maybe rook d3 is better, but whatever. Who cares? An endgame is a good thing here since I'm up 6 minutes on the clock. Endgame is a very, very good thing here. What I don't want to do is go into a rook and pawn endgame if I can help it. Goes e6. Is that a good move? That is a good move. That's a very, actually, is that a good move? Takes king g8. Is that a good move? Or is it? Okay, fe, I mean, I also have fe6 and rook h3. And I said, what did I just say? I said try not to go into a rook and pawn endgame. So I play fe6, takes knight e5, takes here, takes. That's a rook and pawn endgame. I think even though he's 16 seconds, he can draw that one. So I have to play for the endgames that keep all the pieces on the board. I have to keep the pieces on the board, the bishop and the knight specifically, and just play this endgame, try to win this one. And he's so low on time here that, I mean, it's, yeah, but now I have rook e2, and now it's starting to go downhill really fast, and I don't think he's going to survive this. Goes rook e1. Now I can trade into the endgame. What is the count? 1 2 3 4. It's an even count, so I take on f3. I mean, I can play rook e1, or I can go, ooh, this is hard because I don't really want to trade the rooks. There's some way to avoid rook b2. He's got rook b1. He's trying to trade the rooks totally. Is there a way to play maybe rook b2? Maybe rook b2, rook b1, rook b3. Yeah, I think that's how I keep pieces on the board. Okay, I get the win. Yeah, it works out. Is rook b2 right? No, rook e8. Oh, rook e8 is better because I just played. Somehow. Oh no, it transposes. We get to this same thing, but we get the win. We move to 3 out of 4. Bad game. I think I was completely busted, right? Or not? It's not actually. It's not as bad as I thought. Oh, bishop. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Knight f5 in the fossil. Oh my god. I should just quit chess right now. That's pathetic. And then he misses and then I'm fine. Oh my god. That is so bad. Let's not even pretend that that's acceptable, because it's definitely not acceptable. That is so bad. So bad. Whatever. I mean, I guess on the bright side, that game makes up for the previous one, eh? And I think now we're gonna have a little bit of a break before round number 5, but that was so bad. That's as bad as it gets. As bad as it gets. But that makes up for the previous game, which I should not have lost. Yeah. This is only marginally worse for me, which is interesting. Because this position looks so bad. But anyway, whatever, we got the win, moved to 3 out of 4, so we just keep going. Yeah, that game makes up for the previous one, but we're on 3 out of 4. And we'll pull up some games. I'm gonna take a short break, go use the restroom, and we'll just keep rocking and rolling, you guys. I'll play knight f3 again. Oh, audio chat. See you guys on the other side. Oh wait, I'm on the wrong scene. Actually, there we go. Let's go b3. Try to keep this simple here. It goes knight f6. I guess I'll play e3 because again, if bishop f5, I want to go bishop a3, which is what I did. That's what I did against Meyer. He plays bishop g4, which is interesting. I think now I'll go bishop b2 and h3 maybe. Let's just go d3, knight bd2, simple chess. Excuse me. Play h3. Okay, now I'm gonna get my favorite g4 knight h4 setup, which I'm always happy to get. Whether I can take advantage is a whole separate question, but I like my position from the get-go. At least this is a good position. Also, man, I swear, whenever I eat this quinoa, it gets stuck in between my teeth, and I don't have any floss here. So annoying. Let's see what Sargissian does here. Of course, we're now in the middle of the game, so it's not like I can get up and go get some floss. But anyway, let's keep going. He has bishop e5 or maybe knight e7 or something like this. I don't know what he's going to do here exactly, but I like my position. I'm very happy with this opening. Like, anytime you can get the h3 g4 and you get to trade the knight for the bishop and you get to play with the two b's, it's always a very happy time. I'm gonna just go here because bishop e5 I always have c3. Again, I don't know if he's castling. Okay, go c3, of course. He didn't do it before, by the way, because if he did it right here after takes, the queen guards the rook. So here, if I take the bishop, he can actually take my bishop because the rook is no longer guarded. Again, I don't know which way is castling. This is the other question. Like, black has both ways. I also have both ways to castle too. So okay, so he castles queenside. So I can castle queenside. I can also play f4 here, which I think is generally pretty good. The thing is, if I go f4, am I castling queenside or kingside is what I have to figure out. I think I'm going to castle kingside. I think I'm going to castle opposite because now I think I have like c4 at some point to open up the two b's, and I think this should be very dangerous to play for black. I mean, he does have d4 somewhere. I think I'm going to go like rook c1 here. I really want to play c4 somewhere, but he can't go e5 because of f5. And maybe I go a3. I think the reason I played rook c1 is because I was actually a little bit worried about some d4 thrust. Maybe I could have just played, I could have maybe gone a3, but I was worried about d4 here, basically breaking the structure. So at some point I'm going to go a3. I want to go a3, c4, b4, and just crush him on these diagonals if possible. He doesn't have e5, so I always have f5. It's very important to note that. Okay, so he goes there. So he's sort of begging me to play it. I think I'm just going to go a3 because d4 I can just trade. e5, f5 traps the bishop. Okay, he plays h6 now he does go h6, so he does want to play e5. I assume I'm going to play b4 here, and we'll see if he trades or what he does exactly, because like he can retreat the bishop at some point, but I think c4 is a very scary proposition, because once I get c4 suddenly there are all kinds of threats here on both of these diagonals, and I think my position is just outstanding. So he does go bishop h7, so this is going to get interesting now, because I can play c4 here. I mean, this doesn't look right optically, or I would play b5 first. Let's see. So if I go c, I probably should have taken, I should have thought and taken right away, but whatever. Why did I allow bishop h7? So stupid. Now the question is, do I go c4? If I play c4 d4, takes knight b3, queen b6, takes bishop c6, I mean that looks great for me, but also if I go c4 you can also take b4 though. C4 takes. Maybe I have to go b5. I feel like I've misplayed this slightly. I think I have to go b5. I'm not super happy about this. If I go c4 he can take the pawn. I don't think I assumed I had enough counterplay. Maybe I do, but it's a little bit too much on the edge, so I'm gonna go b5 and c4 and try to play the diagonals. Not super happy about this, suffice to say. I still think my position's okay though, but this is not what I wanted. Why did I not just take the bishop? That's so insane to not just take this bishop on g6. I mean, it was the obvious move, such an obvious move, and I didn't play it. Well, let's see. He has knight a5 or knight e7. He's got two moves. Knight e7. Maybe I have g5. Maybe I have g5. I don't know if I do. I probably don't want to play it though. So let's see. Now c4 is a move. c4 d4 is the big question mark, and if I go like knight e4 there or something, it gets very murky. I can also go knight f3 back. Somehow I feel like I've misplayed this though, and I feel like I've misplayed this fairly seriously, not like in a small kind of way. Oh, do I have rook f4 and d5 maybe with bishop e5? Wait, maybe I have this sack the rook, and then bishop e5 maybe. Wait, c4 d4 takes queen f4 d5, knight d7, rook f1. It looks very juicy. It looks very, very attractive as an idea. D5, knight d7. Rook f1, queen d6. As great as it looks, I don't see the crushing blow though. That's the one problem with this line. Rook f1, queen d6. Rook f7, ed5. I mean, I don't see it. I should have used more time. This is annoying. c4, d4, knight b3, also an idea. c4, d4, knight b3, e5, f5. b4, d4, knight b3. Yeah, I don't like what I've done at all. But you know what? I think at some point you just have to go for it. You can't be worried and just play chess. Like, I have to go for this. If I don't go for this, I really wanted to take, but I think after bishop f4, maybe I d5. No, d5 he just checks and takes. I really feel like I want to do this, sack the rook, play d5, but I think after knight d7, I didn't see what I was supposed to do, and maybe there was something that I'm missing, but it didn't look right to me. So what's the position? Knight b3. So I guess if he takes, I pre-move this, of course. I'm probably underestimating my position though, because I've got a great diagonal. There's like ideas like knight a5. He can't really block either. And if he goes e5, f5, e4, I think I just take and I'm up a pawn. But again, it's going to get very, very sharp here, most likely. Although e5, I can also take and play knight f3. So it's a very murky position here, very, very murky. But I think I pre-move queen e3 in case he takes. I think that much is very clear. I have to pre-move it. Let's see what he does. He's down to 6 minutes. I'm only up 1 minute on the clock here. It's still very, very murky. Goes knight d7, which maybe that's a good move, but that looks kind of suspicious to me somehow. Like, I've got a4, a5, b6. That doesn't look like the right move. I don't. It doesn't look right, but what do I do? Because if I take, I assume he's taking. I mean, I can also just go for the big sack here with dc5 and bishop c1. This is also very tricky. dc5, bishop f4, dc5, bishop c1, bishop c1, knight c5, bishop f4, e5, bishop e3. I mean, it's see, if I had a perfect score here, I would easily sack the exchange, but the margin is thin. So that's why, like, when I talk about like the games, like, it's not the end of the world when I lost that game against Meyer, but the margin becomes very thin, so you can't really take the same kind of risk. Sometimes you have to like dial it down a bit. Like, this is a good example where I'm really not sure. Like, I feel like sacking the rook is correct. I'm pretty confident that if I sack the rook, it's the correct decision. But in this situation, if I'm not super precise, I could also just lose the game. But you know, it feels. Okay, wait a second. Just think for a second. Don't blitz it. Just think. So takes cd4, ed4, bishop d4, bishop f4, takes, rook f1. I don't know. I'm just gonna trust my instinct. It doesn't look right. I also have c5, b6 here. So yeah. So he takes, and now the moment of truth. Do I take on c5, g5, d4? It gets very messy. Do I just play rook d1? Do I sack? Okay, I've got 1, 2, 3 moves, and I don't want to burn all my clock here because time will matter, I think, in this game. Rook f4, queen f4, rook f1, queen g3, knight f3, cd4, bishop d4. I mean, again, it feels like this should be winning, but I don't really know how to proceed. Takes dc5 is fine. Takes dc5. Kind of feel like this is right. I don't know why, but I feel like queen g3, c6. Yeah, I think this is. I'm just gonna go for it. I don't know if this is right, but it feels right. I mean, I'm gonna sack the rook. I'm just gonna go for it. Let's take. I'm just gonna go for it. I don't know if this is right, but I feel like, I mean, I've got all of D's pawns marching up the board. I've got a diagonal. Got d4, rook f1. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure if I can win this, but I feel like for a computer, this is just completely winning for white. I've just got this raging attack with c6. I've got these 4 pawns. I've got the 2 bishops. hitting everything. I've got knight a5 even. It feels like it's winning. It really does feel like it's winning. And if it's not winning, so be it. But or if I can't prove it, then so be it. But I know that a computer would win this position with white. So I mean, I know in my heart of hearts this is winning. So if I know that, then I should just go for it. Because if I don't believe that I can play it, if I can find the best moves, then why am I playing chess in the first place? Let's see what he does. I mean, queen c6 is such an epic threat here that he has to come up with something really fast. And like queen g5, for example, I think just loses to queen f3 with a double A battery. Although I guess he has knight c5 and it's a check, so not that straightforward. But let's see what he does, because I mean, I think this is just close to winning for me. And the good thing is here he has to attack. Like he's the one who has to prove the position. I don't have to prove the position. I've got like obvious ideas like c6, so he has to basically come up with the idea and I react to it. Like if he doesn't stop c6, I just play it and win the game. I don't burn any clock. And in rapid and blitz, if you have a raging attack, generally, even if it's unclear, if there isn't a clear-cut reason for, or there isn't a clear-cut defense, that's always what you want. You want to be on the attacking side, not the defending side in blitz and rapid specifically. What is this? Wait, did he just miss bishop e5? I think I just dropped back, right? Yeah, I think he just missed bishop e5. Oh, he's got knight d3. Why did I make that move so fast? I mean, why did I play that move so fast? What an idiot. I'm still probably in good shape, but why did I use time there? Oh wait, can I maybe take knight c1 check? Wait, can I go for takes check, rook d6? If I take check, king here, check here, check, and then I take the queen, I win the game. So takes check, rook d6, knight c1, queen c1, king h2, knight c8. Okay, wait a second, bishop e5, rook d6, bishop e5, rook d6, queen e1, knight d3, bishop f4. This is messy. Queen e1, queen c4 loses, knight e2 loses, knight d3, bishop f4, knight e1, bishop d6 should be winning. 4 pieces versus 2. This is hard to calculate. And if he goes f6 and I have rook c3, I mean, this is very hard to calculate. Rook f1, queen c4. What about rook f1? Rook f1. I don't want to burn my whole clock here, but I do need to be careful. Bishop e5 takes, queen c7 takes, rook f7 should be winning. Is it cleanly winning? It actually looks pretty clean to me with knight f3. That should be winning. But the thing is, I also feel like bishop g7 is winning too. But bishop g7 is more on the edge. Like bishop g7, there's even queen g5, I just realized. So probably I should just play rook f1. Just play simple chess and go into the endgame, because endgame should be better for me. Like, yeah, let's go here. Bishop e5, of course. Rook f7. I assume it's winning. Yeah, I go check. To take. This should be winning pretty cleanly. I mean, I've got 2 pieces for the rook. His pawn structure is ruined. Hard to believe this isn't winning, basically. Trade. I'm down 30 seconds, but that shouldn't matter that much. I mean, this should be pretty simple to win. The only problem is after king b6 takes, there's rook d3, and I actually lose the knight, so I'm gonna have to reroute my knight first. But again, it's hard to believe that this isn't just winning. He's gonna have a bad king here on the edge. I can also maybe go a4 a5 possibly, and maybe king b6 I just go a4 a5, because then rook d3 yeah, I think I go a4. The rook d3 I check, and then I have bishop f1 with the pin. And I also guard the pawn here. Yeah, this has to be winning. If this isn't winning, I don't want to play chess. So I can go bishop f1, a5. The kebab on the 7th still plays, and this should just be simply winning. Yeah, if he has something here, good for him, but I just don't buy it. With this terrible king on the 6th, this king on b6 that can be hit by a5, mate threats on b7, like g5 knight g6 for example might just win on the spot, because takes it's just mate with the rook and the bishop. Okay, it goes a5. If I do have knight g6 here, which is definitely a move, if I play knight g6, what's his move actually? He wants to go rook d3 maybe, but then knight e7 or something. Okay, or knight f3 back. Okay, wait, I've got multiple options, just a question of which one's best. My gut says knight f3, and just like knight e5 or knight d2 has to be the simplest way to play this. So I think, yeah, let's go here. I've got knight d2, knight c4. I've also got knight e5, knight c4, and these knights are really strong. Knight g6, rook d3 is probably winning as well, but no need to go for that. So I can reroute all of these knights. I mean, these knights are really, really good here. It's down to 2 minutes. I think I'm gonna win the game here. Okay, it goes rook d3. Now I can play knight bd2 or knight fd2. I think I'm gonna go knight fd2. Idea of knight c4, can't play rook c8 without hanging the horse. Gonna have to go rook c3, but then bishop f1 and knight c4, and I think that's pretty much GG. Why not? Because these knights are way too strong here, way too strong. I mean, I guess he has king c7, but then bishop f1. I mean, goes there. Yeah, I just go bishop f1 with the idea of knight c4, and I don't think you can stop these knights from just jumping all over the board. Yeah, I'm gonna win this game. I'm gonna get the win. Take, of course, because now he can't even move the knight without walking into some kind of Arabian checkmate as well. So this is just over. Good stuff. Good stuff for me. Good stuff. This is a good solid game here. Good solid game. We're gonna get the win in this one too. So we're gonna be on 4 out of 5. So I'm gonna need 2.5 out of 4 basically to qualify to the KO or whatever you call it. Okay, he's burning through his clock. Tick tock. Tick tock. Yeah, he has nothing. There's nothing he can do here. It'll be interesting to look after the game to see if I actually was right in my assessment. I think I was right, but we'll see. It goes king b6 back. So now I'm gonna check. I've got knight e4. Oops, there goes the rook. GG, why not? Yep. Good stuff. Good stuff, you guys. We got the win. We move to 4 out of 5. Let me take a look at this game just to see, was I right or wrong? First of all, it was insane. Yeah, it was insane that I didn't take on g6. Obviously, it goes without saying, completely insane. But anyway, I go b4, b5, c4, d4. Rook f. Wow, it's only. Wait, is this actually not winning? He takes. It's better. Bishop d3 is a blunder. Queen g3, and it's still very unclear. Because queen g3, knight f3, there's knight g6, and the knight's jumping to f4. I didn't see this at all. Goes here, queen e2. Bishop g7 is correct. Bishop takes g7 is winning, but I was worried about queen g5. Queen f3. Bishop g7 was winning. I thought it was, but I thought rook f1 was also clean, because this is just winning, right? Wait, this isn't actually. I guess it's better, but this isn't just winning. Huh. I mean, I probably should win this position too, but it's interesting that it's not as cleanly winning as I thought. Okay, now it just starts to fall apart, but interesting.